everybody, Steph here.
Michael here. And your favorite game here. She's so happy.
I put in the versus challenge because I secretly just wanted to play.
Oh, sneaky.
Sneaky. Well, no, there's actually a good
reason. It's like the 70s cars are pretty sneaky, sis.
Oh, well, no, see, there's a good reason because it's a reprint right now.
Yeah.
And so everybody
and you can buy it.
You can buy it. Everybody can stop asking me where to get Ginkgopolis for the past,
you can get it just about anywhere.
7 years. Everybody's like, you love Ginkgopolis, right? Teach me. And literally once a week.
And you said, teach you, saying teach you correctly.
No.
As
and
teach
so
you.
I have been asked to teach this game a 5 zillion times.
5 zillion?
Everybody knows this is my favorite game.
Do you keep track of every time?
No, because it's too much.
It's probably not zillion.
It's a billion. And if you're like, where can I get Ginkgopolis? I'm like, it's out of print, it's out of print, it's out of print. I've asked for a reprint about a zillion times. I probably single-handedly made this happen.
That's I think Seb said that it wasn't going to happen because of you, and then I think he said
he blamed
it
me.
is going to happen because of you.
He blamed me because it wasn't going to happen, and then he blamed me because it is happening.
Whatever, make up your mind, Seb.
Yeah. So basically, I've loved this game since forever, and most people know about that.
Yes.
So I am
Ginkgopolis
very excited.
2.0, which is pretty much the same as Ginkgopolis 1.0.
It has a new cover, and there's little construction tokens that are different.
Now you would show the old cover, but you've got the expansion cover. Everything fits in the expansion. Now the expansion is not available.
I keep it all in the expansion box.
The expansion is not available. So
see, it's half the size, everything fits in it.
We are actually going to play with Steph's original copy.
Yeah.
However,
basically the same.
It's basically the same. So there are construction tokens that in the original looks like something that she does not have.
I put them. They're big, huge, chunky things.
Big, huge, round, gray cylinders.
That I never use anyway.
Now they are these tasteful cranes. So, yeah.
It's still more fiddly than I prefer. And because I'm generally really quick at this game, I seed the cards when they need to be seeded anyway.
So, the color choices for players is about the same. I think the lavender mauve color has been lightened to a pink, but they're still pretty basic. Now you can't see the green in there.
The green screen, yeah.
Yeah, because of the green screen. But still, green and orange are the only bright colors in this muddled mess. And everyone knows what I think about muddled mess player colors. Oh. It hurts the 92% of us who are color-sighted. And I'm not sure to what benefit. There are other colorblind friendly colors they could have used, in my opinion.
I think that Xavier just likes odd colors.
Yeah.
But it's a personal preference for him to have odd colors.
Don't like it.
But I don't know. I haven't met him.
I don't like it.
Shrey says, the construction tokens are probably good for new players. 100%. Yes, if you are a new player, absolutely use them because you will forget to add cards when you need to add cards. And I'll get to that when I explain the rules. But so if you're new to Ginkgopolis, I highly recommend using construction tokens. For me, it just, it makes it a little bit more upkeep than I would rather like.
So other than that, all of these tokens are, you can't see the green, but they are essentially the same.
Everything's the same.
Everything is the same, as you can see from these tokens here. I mean, everything is exactly the same. They look to be the exact same chunkiness. I just measured one up.
Yeah.
The rules look the same.
Yeah.
The player mats are the same. Literally.
Everything the same.
Everything the same.
And in my opinion, there could have been a little bit of improvement in this player aid area. But you know what? As long as the game is back, I'm happy.
These same. But the thing is that because it is the same, you know that they didn't mess with it.
Right.
So
that's true.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, everything's the same.
They didn't negatively mess with it. So I'm gonna pack all this up in here and seal this up because we are gonna play with the old copy. But if you want the new copy, you're going to get about what you're seeing here, because this does not include any of the expansion stuff.
Right.
So, ta-da!
Ta-da!
Put this under
Off
here.
to the side.
Whoops.
Oh, did you knock over stuff?
Yeah, I did.
The coffee?
Yeah, I knocked over my coffee.
Oh, okay.
All
that
over
would be
the place.
really, really bad.
No, I knocked over the Coke.
Okay.
Which is not open, as you can see.
All right. Well, that's exciting.
Ta-da!
Ta-da.
Now for my next trick.
Put it away.
Ta-da! I've got coffee.
Uh-huh. All right. So let's take a look at the game board.
Oh.
You already have a team, Michael.
Why is that? I am not going to win this game. If there's a prediction, do not vote for me. Steph is the master. She is the queen of Ginkgopolis. Do not vote for me. Derek's his team, Michael. Weirdness is team, Steph. I'm not going to win this.
I mean, it's my favorite game. I'm fairly decent at it.
And she's wicked smart.
Wicked smart. So if you're unfamiliar with Ginkgopolis, there are a bunch of awesome mechanics going on here. You're going to have some card drafting and tableau building and city building. We will be expanding the map. I have it set up in a variant mode, which is...
Oh.
I think it's called... What's it called, Shrey? It's like tops... I forget what it's called. But it's what we do is we take out corners depending on how many people are playing. If you're playing with 2 people, you'll take out all 4 corners. And if you play with 3 people, you'll take out just 2 opposing corners. And so it gives it a little bit... What?
Take out corners.
So there's these.
There were corners.
There were corners, and now there are no more corners.
Oh, that was unclear.
Well, I'm just telling you.
Natural
off the top.
topology.
Natural.
Spot him some points from the floor.
Check the floor for points.
Check the floor for Michael's points.
So I'll come back to these tiles in a little bit, but just so you know, this is not the official rule book setup. I've taken out some tiles.
Oh, it's not.
Correct.
So the official variant is not in the rulebook?
Correct.
But you can get it on this fantastic website.
Oh, poor Game Geek. Michael's sporting his shirt. But I'll come back to that a little bit.
Should I do a win difference prediction? Steph wins by 20%,
oh my God,
yes or no?
Sure, you can do that if you want. Oh, man.
The pressure is now on.
Okay. All right. So, there are... like 4 factions, or I don't know, 3 factions. There's the blue, the I don't know what they're called.
There are 3 factions. It's like they're
right.
The Lord has given me these 15.
I am going
10 commandments.
I'm going to put duct tape over your mouth. Do not talk during my explanation, Michael. I am going to kick your ass. Please don't. All right, then you explain the game.
I don't.
He doesn't know the game, so shut it.
So there was once during the BGG cruise that we were playing a game with John Thays, and she was explaining the rules. What was it? Coimbra.
Yeah.
She was explaining the rules to Coimbra, and
it
we
took
were acting
2
like
hours to explain
monkeys.
the game. I need you not to do that in this game.
Okay.
All right, you promise me? Okay, good.
I hate promising things I can't keep.
All right, great. Well, do your best, because that's what ruined my first teach of Carnegie. Everybody hated me because you kept interrupting me.
No, that was not it.
That was it.
No, she's blaming me now for her downfall.
No, it was your fault.
No.
Go read all the comments on the video. All right, ready?
I blocked them. I can't read it anymore.
Uh-huh. All right. Whatever. So there are tiles in this stack of
that
tiles.
they can't see.
Right over
there
here.
you go.
And
that was not me making a bad comment. That was me telling you that they couldn't see it.
I can't get one sentence in without him talking over me.
I was mansplaining.
I know.
No.
So we're gonna start the game.
My goodness.
With 1 through 3 in blue, yellow, and red. And these are all cards that are found in the initial draw deck of the game. And you'll notice that there are a bunch of letter cards as well that correspond to the letters that you see on the display. Okay, so that's that. During the game, we will have 4 cards to choose from, and we will choose one to play. And then we all simultaneously, and then on my turn, I reveal what I'm doing, and then you will reveal. But you have to pre-select what you're going to do on your turn, and you will decide if you will play a tile with it or not. And so...
How do you determine that? How do you say that you're going to do a tile or not?
You say by doing something like this. With a tile on top of your card. To
Very
say,
clever.
I have a tile that I am playing with this card. And then we will reveal and place it. If I'm going first, I will reveal and say, oh, let's see. I have this F, this 8, and I will come out, find the F, and expand. So I'll get to what each action is in a second.
8 in the F hole.
The 8 in the F hole. That's what just happened here. You need to... Shh. All right. Anyway, this is how we are going to build up our city here. Each of the cards has a unique... Oh my god. This game is like the hardest game to explain. And it's like not hard at all. And yet it's still the hardest game for me to explain. Simply because there's little tiny things.
I was helping to explain it.
Yes, I know you are. All right. Here, show them this player aid.
This is a player aid.
The player aid is the absolute worst player aid ever. But
partially because it's going to be like this, and you got to like look around.
No, just because.
But also because the iconography.
The iconography is really, 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 really poor. So.
I'm reading the comments. It says he's turning red.
He's turning red. Oh my god. Okay, so in this stack of tiles, you will find numbered 4 through 20 in each of the colors. There's not going to be a duplicate. There's individual numbers. So when you play a card, you're either going to... Well, you can put it back. You're either going to...
Well, you're tapping stuff on then. I want them to see what you're tapping.
Yeah. You're either going to play a card to expand the city, meaning you will play on top of a letter, like I just described. You will either play to expand the city upward by playing on a number, or you're going to play a card as a card and just get a small reward for your troubles without a tile. So you're either going to play a card with a tile to expand outward or upward, or play a card as a card to get a reward. So those are the 3 actions you can possibly do on your turn. All right, I'll take that back. There's a whole bunch of other little stupid icons on here that make it really hard to follow. But I'll get to what everything does in a second. So when you go and you look at a card, here, show them some cards. And then I'll explain. So the H. If you were to play this H as a card without a tile with it, you're just playing a card as a card. You'll see in the bottom corner that there's a resource or a tile. And so when you go and play a card as a card, you will either collect 1 resource or 1 tile. And
these are resources.
Resources are your little pawns. Pawns are what you're going to be using in order to build up the city on the main board. And they have to be available to you. Right now, Michael and I, as in a 2-player game, start with 25 resources. And they are not available to us. We need to gather them before we can then use them to expanding the city. So, right now, we just have them in our general pool to pull from. If we were to take a card as a card action and gather a resource, it will go behind our screen and it will become available to us. Sweet. All right. So that's what that is. But we'll put the H back. So if you were playing a tile with it, like this 8 blue that I pulled out, I would find the H and expand wherever the H is and put that tile in play on that H space. Now, because it's what I call level 1, you're starting its own space. It's the first tile in a stack.
What makes you put it here versus here?
So the H and the D are technically in the same spot. So whatever one...
Oh, so these are in the same spot.
Yeah, they're in the same spot.
Oh.
In this variant. Oh. So I displaced the H, and then these kind of spread out like this.
Do you just choose which side you want it on?
Yep, you pick.
Yay.
So, because it's a level 1 ground floor building, I will need to have one of my available resources from behind my screen and put it onto this tile. Hey, now it's my tile. I own this 8. And for new players, you will also put a construction marker on this tile as well.
We don't put the construction markers.
I'm not gonna do that, and I'll get to why we do that in a second. But at this time, whenever a new tile is added to the board, you put a construction marker out. Okay, so then I get a reward for expanding the city in this case. I'm expanding outward. So when I expand on a letter, the reward is whatever I'm adjacent to, I will get a small bonus. Or a big bonus if you're planning well. But whatever the buildings are that are next to it, directly adjacent, I will get a reward depending on the color of the tile and the height of the tile. Because they are both 1s, it means I will get 1 of something. So I will get 1 tile. I grab the tile, it goes behind my...
Because it looks like a tile.
Because it looks like a tile. Blue is tile.
It's a square.
It is a square. So that's blue.
Like a tile.
Blue means tile. Yellow means victory points. Or ginkgo leaves. And the red one is resources.
Looks like a cylinder. One of the little octagonal shaped cylinders. Which you can barely see.
Yeah. So... because I expanded where I did, if I expanded right here, I would get 1 tile and 1 ginkgo leaf, 1
if
point.
If it was level 2, she would get 2.
So let's say this was like this for some reason. I would get 2 tiles and 1 point for expanding right in that spot. And so you'll always know how high a building is based on how many resources are on it. Because that's how much it costs to expand upward, which I'm going to talk about right about now. So that is the expand outward. You're always going to be playing a letter and a tile, and you're going to be expanding the city, sprawling out, and you'll get bonuses for the adjacency of the buildings.
So I think Derek had mentioned that there's not these 3 colors in the set because they don't want to be. People don't want to be confused with it matching the different colors and to take away from being able to visualize your stuff on the board. Mm-hmm. That very well may be true. So this red you will not get in a Ginkgopolis set.
Oh yeah, my red is not Ginkgopolis.
She purchased those tokens specifically.
My apologies. These
and
are
she has
my
not
own personal
bought me
red.
blue ones.
So people are saying it's really hard to see green. Maybe we give you a different color.
Derek said orange would show so much better.
I mean, green is kind of hard to see, but it's up to you.
I can change.
All right. Well, things are falling. But well, I'll do that in a second. So I'm gonna just continue.
I can do purple or orange.
Or or black.
Or black, whatever. You guys choose my color. And then somebody pay the channel points for it. Because we do have a category for that. Actually, it's fine. You don't have to pay for it.
Michael will just pick.
I will just pick. No, I'll have them pick. Shrey says purple.
Purple. The light purple or the dark purple? Doesn't matter. All right, so.
It might matter to them. They're paying for it. Or not paying for it.
Or not paying for it. All right.
Dark purple. Weirden has stated dark purple.
All right. I got it.
Real purple, Shrey says. Yes. Real purple.
Oh my gosh. All right, so.
Now I have real purple.
Now that you've officially squirreled enough.
Squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's not me. It's your audience.
Don't listen to them.
Jelfia, you're a little late. Everyone else wanted that dark purple.
All right. You get 25 of those.
Yes.
You might have 26 in there.
You don't know. You should. Okay, does anybody else do this? After I count out 25 tokens of each type, whatever I have left over, I put in an extra token bag all by themselves. Does anybody else do this? I do this. Chat always wins.
All right.
Weird.
I'm going still, so you better hurry up. You're going to miss out on them rules.
No, I'm sorting pieces. You're doing rules.
Mm-hmm. All right, put up a color card. A color card, yeah. All right, so here is the 3 yellow. Awesome. If you want to play on top of the 3 that's already on the board, you would play this card. And you have to play it with a tile.
What she's saying is that one card matches each of these tiles.
Correct. Every card of the deck will have a spot on the board. And if it doesn't, then you've done something wrong. so fix it. What's going to happen is I'm going to play this tile. Let's say it's this 8 blue. And I have to put out 2 resources from behind my screen onto that because it's going to be a level 2 at this point. There's a couple things that happen at this time. One, because I played on top of it, I actually gain this card into my tableau. So I am essentially building up my tableau. Now I have an ongoing bonus. So, yay. The second thing is I changed the color by putting out the tile onto, it was yellow, it was a yellow 3, and now it's a blue 8. So because I changed the color, it's really, really poor on this, on this iconography here. But if it's not the same color, I actually owe an additional resource. And this resource goes from behind my screen to in front of my screen. So I'm spending the additional resource back to my general supply. So I will, in theory, I will need to have 3 resources available at the time of this construction. And if I don't have that, that's a problem. So don't do this unless you have the resources to do it.
Where do you get this 8 from?
I just took, it's from behind my screen. Any tile
random, it's just random?
It's random. This is a random stack. All right, so this is out there. Okay, that's fine. So there's that. I have to pay 1 resource for changing the color. There's also another thing that could happen. Perhaps I wanted to change the color and have it be a lower value. Maybe I play a 3 on an 8. This sounds like a terrible idea because the difference in value that you're going lower, you will have to pay in victory points. So if I wanted to play a 3 on an 8, it would cost me 5 points.
Yeah, but how do you know?
How do I know what?
How do you know what's coming up?
What do you mean, how do I know what's coming up?
If you want to play a 3 on an 8. It's random, right?
Yeah, you have to have the tiles behind your screen to play on.
Oh, you weren't clear with that.
I said it has to come from behind your screen.
Oh.
But when you get a tile, it's random. You don't know what you're going to get. But when you get a tile, it goes behind your screen.
I got you.
You know what tile you'll be playing with the card.
I know what you're saying. So that's 5 victory points.
It'd be 5 victory points and an extra resource. And if it is actually a level 3...
An extra resource because you're changing color.
Changing color.
Now, if it was a blue 4, you could do it, and it wouldn't cost you the extra resource.
It wouldn't cost you extra resource. It would cost you 4 points, though.
Yes.
And it's going to happen in the game because you are unlikely to be able to play the tile you want to play, at the very opportune moment. You're going to... Maybe somebody plays an early 20, and you're going to want to play on that 20 tile, so maybe you found an 18, you'll play an 18 and you'll lose 2 points, but it's better off in the long run. So there's strategy, and I'll talk through all of this as we play it out, and I'll give you what I'm thinking. So that's expanding upward. When you expand upward, you do not get adjacency bonuses like you do if you're expanding outward. What you get is the card into your tableau as an ongoing bonus. So, Michael, if you could find some cards in that stack of cards you have there of each color, that would be helpful. Or different types at the bottom, too. Different numbers, yeah. And the 2 red, that'd be good. All right, so here are 3 types of cards. The 1s, the 2s, and the 3s, they all have the same, if it's a value, it will have the same action at the bottom. And it will have the appropriate resource. So the blue one will get you like a tile. The red one will get you a resource. The yellow one will get you points. And that's a general overall feeling for these cards, mostly. So the 1 represents, if this was in your tableau, every time you play an action card as an action, like the card is a card action with no tile, you will get an additional tile if you have this card. Have the 1 card in your tableau. So whenever you take an action, you look at your tableau and you'll get bonuses depending on the action you just took. So the card as an action, right here would get you 1 tile. And if you're playing, for example, an A card, you'll also get either 1 tile or 1 resource, because all of the letter cards have either a tile or a resource on it. Yep. And so the second card over, the red 2, whenever you expand the city outward, see how the tile is displacing a circle, Michael?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whenever you expand the city outward, you'll also get a resource to your available behind your screen. So that's in addition to any adjacency bonuses you get for expanding the city. And finally, the last one, the 3, is when you play a tile on top of a tile, or you're expanding upward, you'll also get 1 point. And so you're going to want to try and make a engine builder that's happening, so you can generate the resources you need as you expand the city and build upward and outward and all that exciting stuff. And you'll want to generate points, because whoever has the most points at the end of the game will win the game. Questions?
Yeah, ask them.
No, I mean, you're playing, so I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so...
I don't remember.
Alright, so Michael doesn't remember. But at the beginning of the game, we're going to have starting draft with these starting resource cards. We're going to draft 3 of these. I'm going to draft 1, pass. Michael will draft 1 and pass to me. And we'll end up with 3 of them at the end. And that will be our starting... Here, you can show some of these. So these are your starting. You'll see in the top, those resources. Those will be your starting resources for the game, meaning you'll get 1 point, 1 tile, and 1 resource behind your screen. That will start your overall. But also, whenever you do the expand outward action, you'll get a resource in this case. So it will be your 3 starting cards in your tableau.
How do you get this into your tableau?
By building on top of the 1 blue. That's how you'll get that one into.
And you do that by playing the 1.
It's already played. You need to play another tile on top of the 1 in order to claim that card.
So it goes to a discard pile.
What?
It goes to a discard pile?
What goes to a discard pile?
The 1?
No, it stays on the board. You're covering it up with your tile. And now it's a level 2.
No, that's not my question.
What?
My question was, how do you fetch the 1? Because it's in the discard pile, right? Or no?
Right. Everything's good. There's going to be a starting deck of cards with everything you see out here. A starting
right, but if
deck.
I play on the 8, I get the 8. The 8's now in the discard pile, correct?
Yeah.
That is my question.
Okay, I didn't understand your question.
Yeah.
So, you can move those cards off of there. Yeah, I'll take those. I'll take everything.
Is that Laura?
Is that Laura?
That's like Laura.
Okay.
When she had the reddish hair.
I'll take those cards right there.
These?
Yep, these. Okay, so what's going to happen is after we do our initial draft of cards, we're going to have the 3 cards. We'll gather our initial income of all the stuff on the cards. And then I will deal out 4 cards from the deck to each player. And with 2 or 3 players, you're supposed to discard 7 cards from the deck to kind of move the beginning of the game a little bit faster. And then Michael and I will start the game by selecting one of the 4 cards in our hand to play for the round. Again, the actions are play a card as a card, play a card to expand if it's a letter, or play a card to grow the city by playing a number card. And you're playing a tile on top of it. So those are the 3 actions you could possibly do. And at the end of that, once I play, once Michael plays, we'll draw back up to 4 cards and pass we pass the cards and then draw up to 4. And so we're going to keep going through these deck until one person has all of their resources on the board at the end of their turn, or we run through all these tiles and we run through them all a second time, essentially. And I'll come back to that when we're like there. I mean, it's a lot to take in, and the way I normally teach this game is we play a few rounds, and then I explain how we add in cards, and once we get like halfway through the deck of tiles, I kind of explain the end game a little bit. But if you think I should keep going with the rest of it, it's up to you. I don't know.
I am a big proponent of not keeping anything from people.
Okay.
So.
All right. So
this is your teach.
Yeah, it's just a lot, but okay. So
it's more if you stop the gameplay. So, in my opinion, but it's up to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So if the tile deck runs out, we both evaluate how many tiles we have behind our hand, and we decide to throw them back. We get 1 point per tile we throw back, and then once we deplete that second stack, we're done with the game. Or again, the game will end if all of the pawns are on the board. So at the end of the game, we will evaluate the score based on the points that we've gathered in the game, but we also get points for the cards that we have in our tableau that are numbered 10 through 20. All of the cards 10 and above have end game victory points, and they all depend on the cards that you are going to be collecting and the different strategies that you have. And so generally the higher the value of the card, the more points it can generate, possibly. The number 20 is straight up 9 points. And so a lot of them will look like something like this. This one is specifically every resource you have on a yellow tile will get you 1 point. So if you start building lots of yellow buildings and have lots of resources on those buildings, you could get a lot of points from that. And so maybe you look for this one, and then there'll be another one in blue and another one in yellow, so you can get a lot of points from gathering these types of cards. So there's a lot of points to be had on the cards that you are, collecting. Now, the cards numbered 1 through 9 will be generating resource income every time you take an action. So that's really good for your tableau building and the bonuses you can gather. At the end of the game, you will also generate points for the different regions that are on the map. So, for example, if I had 2 here, 1 there, and Michael had 3 here, well, you look at the whole region and you decide whoever has the most pawns in a region. Now,
Tied.
It's tied. The first thing that breaks that tie is the height of the building. And it's not...
That's biggest.
This one would be biggest because it has 3 on it, meaning it's a level 3 in height. So Michael would win. What
Yay.
does he win? He would count up all the resources in the region and get 1 point for each resource. So you would get 6 points in this case. As the second place victor, me, I would get 1 point for each of my own resources in the area. The second place tie would be the tile number. So then we look at the higher of the tiles, not the actual height, but the value of the. So I would win this in this case. He's got 2. I got 2 here. I would win because I have an 8. So each region that's 2 or more tiles. So like yellow would also score in this case. Maybe I have both of those covered in. I would get 2 points and 2 points because I am first and second place. I scored twice. And so, but
how can you be first and second place?
Because I had both.
You had both what?
What do you mean? There's no other color in the yellow region. So I am first place and second place. That's just how it is. I'm telling you how it is. The red tile here doesn't have another red tile next to it, so it does not score. Too bad for you. However, it would score for any cards if you had something that said, I get 1 point for every resource on a red tile. So you would get a point for something like that. And so you just evaluate the whole board. All the regions will score. And
diagonal regions do not count.
Diagonal regions do not count. Okay, so one thing I also did not mention is as soon as the game continues on, you're going to be possibly displacing other people. So maybe I wanted to take that 8 card that's now in the deck. It shows up in my hand. I want to play on top of that 8. You know, with this 3 or whatever. Because it's a level 3, I would have to have 3 resources. I would also need an extra resource to change the color. But Michael's going to get displaced. These resources go back behind a screen, and he gets 1 point for each resource that I displace of his color. So there's that. And then, so those are now available to him. So he would be able to use them again. This game's always so hard to explain. I think that's almost it. You have these 2 hand tokens. Everybody has 2 of them. And these are 1 time each. So you have 2 chances to use them because you have 2. Otherwise, they're worth 2 points at the end of the game. But what you do is you spend it, you discard your whole hand of cards, and you draw 4 new cards. So if you really hate the cards in your hand, well, this is an opportunity to change that. Is that okay?
No.
What?
Hey.
I think they are mulligan tokens, exactly. So I think we're pretty much ready to start. I'm sorry if I missed any questions in the chat. I
did not see any.
Okay. Cool. So if you have questions going forward, please let me know. I'm going to talk through everything I do, and what I think and say. And so Michael and I, the first thing we're going to do is do our setup. So did you pick one?
No.
All right.
So I picked one, and then we're going to have 3 out here from these.
No.
Okay, then I did not follow.
Okay, so I choose one, you choose one, then we pass. And then I choose one, you choose one, then we pass.
That's what I said. That's literally what I just said.
But you're not choosing 3 from this hand.
No, 3 from these hands.
Yes, from these hands, yeah.
Okay.
And so right now we're selecting which cards we want to use for our starting tableau, essentially. And what we might want to work on. So right now I'm looking at this board. This is the variant, the initial variant. So not all of the tiles are in play. So the 1 and the 3 red are out of play. So that means it might be kind of hard to get resources this game. So starting with a red card would be a pretty good idea. Because it will be harder to get resources right off the bat. So that's my initial thought process with that. I need to take out some cards here.
Take out some cards?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So all of the tiles that are not in play I need to remove because there's nowhere to build on these tiles.
Oh.
So I am doing that right now. Not this one. So the 3 red, the 1 red, the 2 blue, and the 1 yellow are out of the game. The teacher was worthy of a banana pudding. I hope that means
I want a banana pudding.
I hope that means it was good. Derek said yes, good teach. There's always questions, always questions. I taught this game, I don't know, maybe 50 times, a lot. And it's still incredibly difficult because even though there's 3 actions, there's the little things that go along with each thing. If you're building upward, you don't get the adjacency bonuses, and people can't remember which is which and what is what. And so I always have to reiterate, and that's fine. It's just know that your first game, you're gonna have questions and more questions.
Yep.
And that's fine. It's just my first game was a hot wreck, and by the end of the game, wow, this game is so good, and it's I want to play it again right then and there, and you know, it had me at the end of the game. I was done. It was done. It was my number one game. I really like drafting cards, and I've always really liked drafting cards. So.
Yeah, me too.
Alrighty. Voila. What did you give me? Here's for you. So there's a couple things to consider. Generally speaking, when you expand upward on these starting cards, you're going to get a lot fewer resources, and because they're generally more powerful. Oh yeah, if you want to vote for the prediction has started. I'm a little late, so you get in your prediction now. But if you wanted to, let's say, you know, select a yellow card, you're not getting resources, you're getting points, but you'll get a lot more resources on that initial card. It might not be better, though.
Say what?
The yellow cards generally offer, like, more starting resources in the top corner. But it's not necessarily better because it's not going to offer you resources during the gameplay. It will give you victory points during the gameplay, which is good. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and of these two cards, you're selecting your final one, and the other one will be discarded.
Oh, I thought I was going to get those back. All right. Never mind.
You'll get what back?
Those.
Did you want a different one?
No, it's too late now.
Okay. Yeah, you only start with 3, so.
So, yeah.
Alrighty. And then they come out like this.
Yep. I meant to take a blue. I thought I was going to get the blues again.
Do you want the blue?
No.
There was an extra blue.
No.
Alright, so what I generally do is put them by type, and then you gather all the stuff in the corners. So I get 3 resources, 1 point, and 1 tile.
5 resources, 3 points.
4 points.
3 tiles.
So now whenever Michael chooses to expand using a letter card, he'll also get a resource and a victory point. Whenever I expand upward, I'll get a tile and a resource. And, okay, so now that I shuffle a deck, and then you get 4 cards. I need a start player. The 7 cards get discarded. And the
7 cards get discarded.
Yeah, the official rule is that 7 cards get discarded.
Where are those?
Where
are those?
Right here, discarded. And draw deck.
But it's got one of these in it.
Oh, I know.
I don't guess I understand.
It's just the starting thing. I don't really understand it. I never generally play with this rule, but because it is the rule, I'm choosing to play with it this time. It's basically after you deal out the 4 cards to each player, you discard 7 cards. It basically, whatever we do at the beginning of the game, it will shuffle in these cards earlier.
Okay.
That's just a rule. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't write them rules.
Okay.
Alexa, pick a number.
Pick a number between 1 and 10. It's 5.
5 is you.
Okay. What do I do?
All right, so now's the part of the game where we start. The first thing we dealt 4 cards to everybody, and now you're going to choose one to play.
I can't see my stuff anyway.
Yeah, it's behind your shields. So we are choosing one of these cards to play.
Yep.
And you can look at your tiles and see what might work really well, what might not.
Sure. What do I do? Put down any one of these tiles?
Yeah. Generally, you kind of keep your higher ones for when you want to expand up. Well, hold on. So the way the game works is that we both select what we're gonna do.
Okay.
And then we play a tile with it or not.
First.
You are, but we do it at the same time.
Okay.
And once everybody at the table is done with this step,
Okay.
then we go in turn order.
Okay.
All right. All right. So you have to have one resource on it.
From behind.
Yep.
What do I do with these?
You put them adjacent. Yep, just like that. I added the 8 yellow to the discard pile because that's the 8 yellow tile.
Mm-hmm.
This gets to the discard pile because letters are always in play.
Mm-hmm.
I am playing on I with the 17.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're also supposed to get your bonuses. So you get a point and a tile.
Mm-hmm.
And a point and a resource.
What? Oh. A point and a tile and a point and a resource. I get a dat and a dat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright.
Okay.
That makes sense, everybody, hopefully. I'm playing on I with the 17. I put one of my resources.
Why do you keep your tiles for your high tiles for going upward?
I do that because it's...
You didn't do that.
I only had one tile.
Uh-huh.
I didn't have a choice. If I wanted to play a tile right now.
Got you.
So I am playing a 17 yellow.
Mm-hmm.
I get 2 tiles,
Mm-hmm.
3 tiles.
Mm-hmm.
No resources.
Mm-hmm.
Not good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so now we pass our hands. We draft. So that was the draft part.
Oh, you didn't say that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you want to change your mind?
No.
Restart?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta be explicit with the rules.
I mean, I said it.
Okay.
You can pass me that one card over there.
Okay.
Not like these cards are really good at all, so... Alright, so I'm first, so I reveal. I'll play 6 expanding on A over here. So I get 1 resource for expanding next to a red tile, and I will get 1 tile for expanding outward. This gets discarded. I add these 6. Oh! Whoops. I clicked the button. Alright, put that back. Sorry. Too many things. Alright, what do you do?
13 blue.
It's your number.
That's my number.
Alright, so when you expand, you will get...
I get a resource and a tile.
Yep. And a victory point.
And a victory point and a resource.
Yes.
Did it.
Alright, so now we pass our cards.
Did it.
Thank you. And we draw up. Since we have no draw deck, I have to shuffle now. And so now all of the tiles we just added All those cards are now getting mixed in. And since Michael is first player, he will get the first card off the top of the deck.
Woohoo!
And I'll get the second card. Any questions?
No.
Alright. Just checking.
No. Well, that's going to be weak, but whatever, I'll do it.
Do it.
I'll do it. Did it.
Alrighty. You're first, so you reveal first.
14.
Yeah, Dr. Sign. Whenever a new tile is placed, I just go ahead and find the card because I think it's easier, in my opinion, just to...
2 victory points.
2 points. Do you have a 1?
Yep.
Alright, and you got your resource?
Got 2 resources.
Gotcha.
And I got 2 victory points.
I am playing on the 2. So, because it's going to be a level 2, I need 2 resources on top. It's the same color. It's 16. So, I don't have to pay any extra stuff. I just go and build up like this. So now, please notice that the 2 red is no longer in play. This is the easy way of keeping track of making sure you don't discard a card you're not supposed to. This goes into my tableau. It's gone from the display. It's now mine. And so because I built up, I look at my bonuses. I get a resource and a tile. A resource. Oh, we didn't pass. I didn't pass cards.
Yeah, we did.
This.
I passed them to you.
No. This stays with the hand that you just picked this up, right? No?
I just went first.
Alright.
I passed the cards. This is what you just had.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
I keep the one with the hand.
It's a lot of letters.
Yeah, it is.
I'll take the one out of the hand.
Something
That's a you thing, not a me thing.
Right. Something I didn't say, but is possible, is that you can play a card as a card. It can be a letter card or a colored card. The reward you get for playing a colored card as a card is the value of the height of the color of the card.
What?
If I played the 3 blue as a card, I would get 1 tile. It's a blue card, it's a level 1, I get 1 tile. If I played the 16 red as a card, I would get 2 resources because it's a level 2 red building. Why this is good is if you can't play it and you don't want to pass it on, you will get to discard it instead and play it as a card. May or may not be worthwhile, but it's
so when you're building up on one of your own spaces,
correct.
Do you need additional, or are you displacing yours, or how does that work?
So if you were to go here with like a 9 yellow tile, you just simply add 1 resource. If you still have to pay any other penalties if you're changing
one
the
extra
color.
resource.
1 extra resource is what it's going to cost you to build on top of your own.
And if you want to build on with a different color tile, you have to pay an additional resource
Correct.
to the front.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Shrey. I would have remembered in a second if I didn't already do it. I thought I did it. I thought I did it. Did I not do it?
Oops.
I would have remembered anyway.
Well.
Yeah, this is... Ugh. I'm just doing that, I guess. Yeah. I'm playing a card as a card. It's a 3 blue. I get 1 tile. That was the best I got.
I'm playing on top of the 2. I'm playing a 5. It's going to cost me 2 resources plus 1 from behind my screen.
Yep.
This goes into my tableau. I do not get bonuses from it. I do get 1 victory point.
Yep.
That's the best I got.
There you go. You got a card. I got a card. Is there anything good here? Oh. Wow. I'm like needing resources so bad, and I.
So do I add to the tableau first and then take the bonuses?
Yes. You need to have the resources available before you can gather your resources.
I don't think that was my question.
All right. You need to play your tile and pay all the costs before you gather anything else.
No, that was also not my question.
Okay.
If I build up
Mm-hmm.
and I put down the resource, that also gives me a build up bonus. Do I get both of them or just the one that was there
Gotcha.
previously?
You do not get the one that you play the turn you get.
That was my question.
I see. Oh, Erica thinks it doesn't matter where the letters are. I mean, yeah, it probably would have been easier if I put them in. I always just put them in
I'm having
randomly.
to look around the table for them. But yeah, it's fine, whatever.
It doesn't really matter, but yeah. Oh, it's so bad. So many bad things.
Not good. Not good at all. I don't have any good plays.
And I think you're first.
Okay. E15. You sank my battleship. 1 goes out here. I get a tile, 2 victory points, and a resource.
I mean, right now you're crushing it with points, so it's not like you're losing. I am certainly in a worse off spot right now.
We will see.
I'm playing on L, but you actually helped me, so that was actually decent of you.
Boo.
I wish it was a red, though, but yeah. So I get a point and a tile.
Well, crap. Nuggets.
And a tile and a resource. So 2 tiles and a resource. And you pass me that. And I have to add in the 6 yellow. And you get a card. I get a card. You get a card. Make it good. Oh. Oh. I wish I had more. I'm first. I'm discarding this to get a resource because
Fantastic.
I got nothing else to do.
Okay.
Oh, I wanted K.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I get this on a tile. And this and 2 points. I don't have a good way of making tiles happen.
And I have no resources, so you and I are in a similar boat, but different.
Similar, but different.
And you have a lot more points, so.
I hope so.
All right. What'd you leave me? Anything good?
No.
No.
Tell me something good. Do, 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 do. Tell me that you like me, yeah. Do, do, do,
It hurts.
Is that what I want to do? Yeah, I'm going to have to. All right. Give me 4 victory points.
Wow.
And I get 1 more resource.
I'm going to play on the 8, so this is you. You get a point.
More points.
And I get a resource and a tile. Alright, that was 18. And I get a card. You get a card. Wow. Man. I can't ever find my own cards. All I see are your cards.
I accept. Cancel.
Alright, this is what's happening. I am going to play B.
B.
I get a point.
It's fantastic.
And a point and a point. And a resource and a tile. You discarding?
Yep. For a tile.
Yep. Hey, I've had to do it.
Need a tile.
Yep. You. Me. Wow, this is a bad hand.
What does that mean? Iconography is not great.
So, a lot of the cards from 10 to 20 all have random sorts of points you can gather based on cards you've collected, based on your position on the map. Maybe it's...
Mm-hmm.
It might represent 2 or fewer icons on a tile, or if it's the 15, it's 3 or more on a tile.
You said moron.
I did.
I think that's probably good. I think that's probably good. You got to pay 1 victory point for squishing off a tile.
You only pay victory points if the tile you're placing is lower, and you pay the difference in points. So you don't want to play like a 10 on a 20 because you're going to have to give up 10 points.
Yeah. What's this one? What is this one? Yeah, I got a lot of new victory point things popping up, or bonus thingies.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well, that's good too. Does it matter the size of the region at the end of the game?
It has to be at least 2 in order to score. Anything on cards, it doesn't matter. It could be this. That could score me a point.
It has to be 2 and too large in order to score.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do it. I might regret it, but I'm gonna do it.
My first, you're first.
I'm first.
You're first. That's me.
That was you.
I get a point.
You do get a point.
Yay!
I give up 5 victory points.
Whoa.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it gives me 2 victory points for every one of these build-outs.
Oh, it's so good. It's really, really good. That's a great... That's a great card.
That it was at least a 1-point play.
I would have definitely taken it because I am also
you were well. That's what I looked at. I'm looking at your thing over here and going, you've got no risk to do it, so had to.
Yeah, I think that was a good play. I'm building on A.
1 resource.
Ooh, plus another resource. Plus a tile. Plus 2 points.
Here's the ketchup.
Well, hopefully. If I'm lucky. Alright, so you played the 12 yellow. I played the 9 yellow. All the yellow buildings are coming out. Like, what the heck? And I'm now first, so I get this last card. And then you get the shuffle, which... Generally on a shuffle, spending your hand tokens could be a really powerful play.
Spend your hand tokens.
These little once per game, kill your 4 cards in your hand to get new cards.
Yeah.
If you hate every card in your hand, so.
I'm looking for a card in particular.
Derek's playing all the faces.
I see that.
You're looking for 1 card out of all these cards?
Yeah,
good luck.
Just 1.
There you go. Is that who you want?
Are these worth anything at the end of the game?
2 points if you don't use them.
They're worth 2 points.
I think I'm first, right?
Yep.
I'm playing on the 3 with a 19.
Fantastic.
And this goes here, but I only get a resource and a tile.
I'm going to play this for a tile.
Alright. And you get this.
This.
I get this. 19 goes into play. Oh man, these are so bad. I'm gonna use my token to kill these 4 cards because they are garbage.
I almost did it, but that's why I took away the C, leaving you only single collect.
It was bad. It was really bad.
I could add the C, but I had no tiles.
Right.
So I didn't, obviously.
Right. I gotta do this. Unfortunately, it's not what I want to do, but it's what I'm gonna do. About halfway, you think? I don't know.
So
might not be halfway yet, but it's close.
So what are things worth if you've only if like this 10 or this 4 or this 12 stays single?
It's worth nothing unless you have a card that tells you otherwise.
It's worth nothing. It's ridiculous. All right.
This game can be a little bit cutthroat. Like if you see this huge blue conglomerate scoring a lot of points, you might just play a couple tiles to break it all up.
Well, my question for that is, what's the difference between this being a section and these being 2 separate sections?
Nothing.
No difference.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, the difference is you might control one, you might not control the other. or you can
Right.
keep them together
Right.
and control everything.
Right. Oh, that sucks. I have to do it. I have to do it.
You are first.
Yep, I'm first. If it wasn't an F, I wouldn't have done it. I would have saved this for later. But here I get 2 tiles.
Yep. You have to put a resource there.
Yep, and 2 victory points
Yep.
and 1 resource. I think it was probably worth it.
Yeah.
Sadly, I didn't want to do it because I like that tile.
I'm building on this 18 that I already control with a 20. And this is 2 points for this type of card.
Yep.
So.
What this?
Over there.
This.
I get a point, a resource, and a tile. What tile did you put into play?
What tile? 13.
13 yellow. All the yellow cards in play.
Well, that's what happened.
Here. Okay. Not that I need that at all. Oh, this is missing a card.
What?
Oh, it's hiding. Okay, there it is. Got it.
What?
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, nothing, Steph. Shut it.
Yeah, shut it stuff.
Shut it. Oh, man.
That's not great. What's this?
What's this?
What? What does that mean?
Is it this one?
I can't tell you.
I mean, you can. I know things.
What?
Is it this one?
You don't know?
I do know. It scores you 2
Something
points,
I don't have.
2 points for type of card that scores on the action of taking a card as a card action.
Which we don't have.
Neither of us have that in play, but it's that action.
In other words, it's crap.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Oh, I've seen that strategy work. I've seen every strategy work in this game.
What this? What this?
Time to caffeinate.
Oh. Well, that's bad.
That's bad. That's bad.
That's bad. Don't do that. I should not do that.
Okay.
Yeah. I should probably do that though. It sucks. It totally sucks. But I have to. You're first. Oh wait, I need to put a tile on it.
I'm playing on G with the 4. It's
G4.
kind of lame.
Bingo!
Bingo. I get 2 points, 4 points, 4 points, Dude.
I don't know if I've been getting my point for that. That's my failure.
You could take a point.
No. My failure. And then this is yours. Yeah?
Sure. You have to play your
Yeah,
card.
I'm playing it. This a 10. I'm playing an 11.
Wow.
I put one here.
Yep.
I put one here.
Yep.
I put this here.
You get a point. There you go. Alright. Here, I got a card. Oh, I got a card.
Mm-hmm.
What's this?
This.
Ugh.
This.
Shut it.
This. This. Oh. Why, hello there.
Hello there. I know, there's a lot of good stuff in there. I know.
Why, hello there.
I know.
I know. Yeah, I gotta do this.
Ginkgopolis.
I gotta do this.
This.
This. I gotta do.
I love this game.
Gotta do this.
Guys, I love this game.
This.
It's so good. I'll tell you why.
I'll tell you why. Want to hear about it? Here it goes.
Because every hand is horrible.
This. No, they're not horrible. Ridiculous.
You need to make your best shot out of a crappy hand.
This.
Is that you?
That's me already.
Wow.
This.
A blue tile?
Yeah, look at that.
Wow.
One resource for everything and a blue. I have a few of those.
You do.
Guess I took this already.
Yeah?
To keep it from you only. I had to.
I mean, I only have 3 on. I mean, it's not like a huge threat, but yeah.
It's 3 more than I. And it's actually no. It is. It was more than this. Where did I put the thing on top of it? No, other place. Here. You did have another one there. So.
That's fine.
It would have been more.
Did you get your point?
No, I did not.
I'm building on the 9 with
This.
a 10.
This. Yeah. Fantastic.
I get a point and a dude and a tile and this card.
And that's all I need.
That's all I need.
And that card right over there.
10 yellow. Wow. I need to play more red. That's the whole thing.
This.
Fine. Not happy about it, so shut it.
Shut up. I'm also not happy about
I would be happier
this.
if I found the card that's like
You.
you get a point per yellow thing you have. I'm playing on the 3 blue with the 6 blue. I'm getting in your little blue region right now.
Woo!
I get 3 points, a tile,
Wow.
and a resource.
It's ridiculously good.
Not
I can't
bad.
manage to get any of those. I'm getting a whopping 2 resources. Because I have nothing better to do. This.
This hand is so bad. I guess. No. No.
Yep. My victory point stream is dried up.
Yeah, I guess.
This.
Yeah.
Give me 2 tiles.
2 tile.
Give me 2 tiles. Give me 2 tiles, baby. Give me 2 tiles
I'm
towards the
playing
door.
on K.
Okay.
No, just K.
A victory point?
2?
Oh, 2. I don't think I've been doing that.
Yeah, I've been watching you.
Okay, 2 victory points and a tile.
4 points. What are the threes?
I didn't do anything.
Running out of yellow tiles, that's for sure. This.
No. Just bad.
Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that either. I can't do anything. Could discard my hand so I could do something. Pretty impressively bad. Yep, I'm gonna discard my hand. Last time I can do it.
That's fantastic. I approve.
I get 4 cards. That's it. Oh, I hate to see these go. Oh.
It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts us.
It hurts. Hurts. I think that's me.
You.
I'm going to play on the 6 with the 7.
Fantastic.
I get 3 points, 2 tiles, and a dude. More importantly, I get this card. What did you play?
I.
Of 9 blue.
9 blue. I get a tile, 4 victory points, and a resource.
Nice.
Except I need 4 victory points. How about a 5?
Alright, shuffle up.
And deal.
Shuffle up, I guess. Deck is getting really large with good stuff.
That's what she said.
Yeah. That's what I said. I sleeved my cards, obviously. They're not good sleeves. I should probably upgrade them to, like, good sleeves, but they do the job.
Yeah. That's bad. I don't know why you were fawning over these cards. They're bad.
You can discard them.
They're bad. No, can't do that. Wow, really? Nope, still the same as it was. I mean, you're like, oh, I don't want to see that go. And I'm like, what? It's all crap.
Maybe it's not crap for me.
I hate getting rid of 2 points, but man, this is these sort of blow. because I don't want any of those. Kill them.
Kill him. There you go. Good luck.
Nope. Nope, didn't help me. No, I think that might help me. Well, I'm assuming that's what that is. Oh, that's actually good, but I think I've got to do this.
You.
Me. I'm building on top of my 12 with a 19
Oh, wow.
blue.
All right.
And getting victory points for blue. Blue tiles I own. Again. Give me a victory point. Blink.
And it costs you an extra resource, right?
Did it.
Okay.
I thought I did it.
I don't know.
I don't remember because I didn't put that on there, so I don't remember.
I don't think you did, but...
I don't remember. I'll put it anyway. I can't see my thing, so I can't tell.
I'm playing...
Yeah, I can't tell.
19 on the 16. Get 0 points for that end of game card. Woo!
Yeah, that's bad.
But I get 2 resources and 3 points and 2 tiles. So. This hand is so bad.
It's not great.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
It's so bad.
Yeah, it is.
Why?
Confirmed.
I mean, it's like all letters and junk.
Confirmed.
Alright.
It's
I guess
true.
I'm gonna do this. Hang on. Let me find a tile to play with it. Hold on.
You said play with it.
Alright, this is good enough.
Oh, wait a second. Do I want to... Did you not? This is mine.
Hey, James. Welcome. It is my favorite. Yay!
Well, there is that. It is slightly better I could do. I mean, it's not great, but it is slightly better. I'll do it. Kills me.
H.
Do it.
I get a bunch of points.
No, you get 4 points.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I was going to do it if you weren't going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm here, which sucks.
What did you play? A red 14?
Red 14.
All right.
I get 2 victory points, a resource. No, 3 victory points, a resource, and a tile. All right. And then I get these and a card. Probably don't have anything to play now.
My problem is I just don't have any resources. It's just like all sorts of bleh. What do I play with this?
This. Give me 4 more.
Okay. Yeah, that was a
It was a trash hand.
It was really a bad hand. Maybe that will be better for you.
Not really.
Well, then that's good for me.
It's fine. That would make things better. Except not. But I have no choice.
The stack of tiles that we have is this big, so it's definitely nearing the end.
I don't see this on the board.
What is it?
I see it.
All right. All right, so that was you.
Yeah.
9 blue. All right, with a 16 blue.
Oh, look.
I did not look.
Give me a whopping victory point.
Yeehaw.
You.
Me. I am playing on the sea.
Now I am stagnant.
I get 2, 3 dudes. Yay, finally something. And 3 points. And a tile.
Wow. Suck.
And then 9 red. Oh, finally got resources, guys. And a card for me and a card for you. What's in this good pile, you say? I kind of like these. Well, let's see. It's one of those times I wish I was playing with the expansion variant, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Where's this?
This?
Oh, there it is. Where's this? There. Okay.
I'm dead.
Dead.
Yeah.
I'm a dead gonzo. Dog gonzo.
You.
Alright, I'm playing on the 13, which is you. You get that, and you get a point.
Behind my screen?
Behind your screen. I am changing the color. Ouch. And putting 2 on top. Like this. And I get...
Did you put out 2 here or 1?
I put out 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish I had more. That's true.
Give me 2 tiles. Done.
Alright. I get 2. I get 3 points. 2 tiles.
This.
Yeah. No. Could do it.
No. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
You kidding me right now?
It's garbage.
Well, it's something.
Those are our characters, Derek. Does that mean we have to play Pathfinder next?
No, I can't do that. Crap. God, this is just bad. It's twice I've done that.
Yeah, the shields are not great. Really not great. I think you are first.
Yeah. Playing the 18 on the 10.
Alrighty. 18.
Give me 2 victory points and a tile.
I am... You need one more guy out there. You didn't...
Like that one.
Yeah. I'm playing on the 20. It's going to cost me 3 points.
No.
You get 2 points.
No.
It's not going to change anything.
No, it is. That makes it so I don't own it for the points.
Points over there you always get.
Except it's for every blue tile I own.
Gotcha.
I no longer own it.
You're still in control of the region.
Does not matter.
I get this. And you know what? I have no more guys, so this was the last play. At the end of my turn, I have all my guys are on the board.
Okay.
So it's over.
Yay.
Tiles left over mean nothing.
And I have a ton of guys, so I'm going to lose majorly.
All right, so
Yeah.
end of game. You have a lot more end of game scoring cards,
we'll
so we will see. Actually, I built that, so I do get that. I built on your 20. So add up your points for your cards.
Did you minus the thing?
I minus 3 points to do it.
Right.
So I get 9 for the 20.
Okay.
I get 1 point for every yellow dude, which is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so 10 points for this. 9 points for the 20. I get nothing for this lousy card.
It's fantastic.
And I get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So what did you get?
I don't know.
We'll go through it.
Yeah, let's go through it. I get 2 points for each of these. 2, 4, 6.
Alright, 6.
I get 1 for everything on a red. I don't think I own red anymore.
You have what?
1. Woo! I get 3 points for every blue. 3,
1,
6,
2.
no.
Oh.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 27. That'll be my only saving grace.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's 27.
Yeah. Can you do 10?
Well, we get to score the regions, too.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
Alright, I have both control and second place, so I get 6 points.
Yay.
I got all the red here, so I get 12 points.
Yay. I couldn't do anything about any of that. I couldn't join in any of your reindeer games.
No, that's not right.
21 points.
12 points. I got yellow here, so I get 6, 7. You get 1.
You get what?
Yellow region?
You get 7? You counted mine for yours or no?
Yes. That's why I get 7.
Oh.
Right?
I don't know. You tell me.
I am telling you, but I want to make sure you understand
I
why.
don't understand now.
So you add up every pawn in the region.
What'd you get that 7 points for? Oh, that's for that.
Yeah. And
All
you
right.
got 1.
Do it.
Red, I get first place and second place, so I get 6 points.
I don't like that rule.
Well, that is the rule, so.
I know. I'm telling you.
All right.
You can have first or second.
You get 4 points. I get 1.
Okay.
You have a 1?
Yep.
For me, thank you. And then this blue region, which you'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I get 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you add them up.
Can you do 10?
I got 10.
You got 20.
I got 20.
You got 30.
I got 30.
Now I'm done with my good ones.
Okay.
You got 40.
40.
You got 50.
50.
You got 60.
60.
You got 70.
70.
You got 72.
72.
74.
74.
76.
76.
78.
78.
You still got 10s left?
Yeah.
80.
80.
85.
85. 95, 105, 108.
Yep, you won your prediction.
I won the prediction. That's Ginkgopolis, everybody.
I got killed.
Well, to be fair, I've played thousands of games of Ginkgopolis.
Whatever.
And you've played once with me once before.
Doesn't matter. What game did we play else today? We played Cryo. Did I put that in here?
I wrote
Or was
it
I
down.
cryoing?
Alright, so you
put-
slapped a sticker. Yay! Thanks for slapping a sticker, Dr. Sign.
I have no idea what
See,
that
look
means.
at it. It's just a sticker. It's like a sticker. He's so cute. That means he cheered 25 bits.
Yeah, it's good. I don't know what that means.
Thank you.
What was our cryo score? I don't remember. What was our cryo score?
Steph 47, Michael 40.
All right, did it.
I got like this.
No, I didn't have 47. You had 47.
I said Steph had 47, Michael had 40. Hey, there you go. Shrey cheered 25 bits. Thanks, Shrey.
All right, did it. Yeah, I like Ginkgopolis. I don't understand how to win, but I do like it. So
I think, how do you do the slapping sticker thing? There's like this little heart icon.
there's a little heart icon.
It's like purple. There's like a little like feature. Or if you're on the computer, it might be like in...
Stream stickers.
It's called Stream
Loading.
Stickers. It's a new
Allow
thing.
it to access your Twitch ID.
Yeah, it's a way you can... It's a new form of cheering
Cancel.
bits.
I don't know what that
fine.
app developer is, so I do not give access.
That's fine. A few things about Ginkgopolis. The expansion offers a lot of different ways to play. There's like a lot of different modules that you can play with. The best thing about the expansion is a module that I always play with, if I can, and that you don't even need the expansion for. So the advanced strategy module that I play with is that instead of passing all 3 cards to the next player, you actually get to hold one behind. So if you see that card you really want and you can kind of plan for it, and you're not gonna miss out if you don't have the resources at that time. You can hang on to it and build it in the next hand. So basically, you play 1, you keep 1, you pass 2. And that's the module I really, really, really like, because it gives you a little bit more
And you
control.
can do it with what you have.
Yeah, you can do it with Ginkgopolis. You don't need the expansion to do that. So, I think that's a really great advanced strategy. I mean, when you're playing for the first time with new players, having that hold 1 is a little bit more... It's not needed, but it's nice if you're already familiar with the game and are ready to go. Now, there were a few things that, maybe Michael could have done to stop me a little bit, breaking up some of my larger...
Couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's hard.
I didn't have tiles.
I didn't have guys, so I couldn't play on top of yours.
No, you did have guys. You had all your guys. Let's revisit this.
Oh,
You had all your guys. I couldn't get guys. No, you had all your guys. I had a mess of guys left over. So no, I don't buy that. I got this one card, and I never got another card for guys. Ever. Yeah, I couldn't do it. No. So what it is was, I couldn't get guys. That's me. So, yeah.
Okay, but you didn't hear me out. Is that Behind my screen, I never had more than 2 guys, so I could never overplay your tiles. I didn't have anything.
I could never overplay your
I
tiles.
was expanding
because I had no guys
and expanding.
or tiles.
I was just trying.
Yeah, she is a shark. I had nothing I can do.
I'm not a shark.
For most of the game, I
I'm
had
a
nothing
good
I can
person.
do. So it's
Yes.
it's fantastic strategy.
Doctor sign.
I rated it a
yes.
9, and I have 2 games at the 10. So that should tell you where I rate Ginkgopolis. So yeah.
I
Well, yeah, that's why I drafted this, and I never got another one. Behold. I never got another one.
every time I saw
Ever.
a red card, I would try and play it. But
Ever.
it's like, we didn't draw red tiles. Red tiles were not coming into play. That made it even more difficult to get resources.
I had a red tile once. Once I had a red tile.
Yeah.
Let's look.
I had
Look.
all the yellow.
4, 17, 15, 18, 8,
These are my tiles.
12, 11, 13. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4,
It's a
5,
lot.
6, 7, 8.
It's a lot.
You know how many were left? You know how many were left? Amongst us. 2, 4, 7. 8 reds, 7 not reds. Yeah.
There's a sticker.
That's a potato.
It's a potato.
That's a tater tot.
Potato alert.
It's a tater
Trey
tot.
slaps on a sticker for 100 bits. It's so cute.
I guess the number of bits, it like makes it a bigger sticker. That's a big. It's a big sticker here.
And it makes a little noise, I think.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't hear it, but I think it makes a little noise.
I can't hear it.
I enabled these stickers because I thought they were cute.
It seems good.
And I could get all the little boogers that nobody else can get. So like the dead the dead boogers and stuff. You could sticker those boogers on there.
You can sticker the boogers.
Yeah, I made them special that you could sticker the boogers.
What?
So like you could get the no thanks, I think. I don't remember what I put there.
Oh, I don't remember. Let me look.
But like you can like
Oh yeah, you did.
yeah, so that was one
So
way.
if you aren't a subscriber, you can still sticker like this little guy right here. Is it duplicating? I mean, I think it's like the same here.
It's the Marabou booger. That's so cute though.
Skeptical booger.
So they just get plastered there if you want to use some bits. That it helps the channel.
I don't
mean, it
think
helps
Marabou
you.
has a T on the end of it. I have to look.
It either has a T or an X. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Slapped. So evil sticker.
No, Marabou is the
It's
name
like-
of a variant of Mancala.
It's like
The marabou stork is a large wading bird in the stork family with no teeth.
Thanks, Trey. Devil. It's appropriately on my shoulder. It's like I'm the devil
It's-
over here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Confirmed. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I thought the stickers were a neat little addition to the channel, but
That needs to disappear.
this disappear.
The purple extra.
Purple. It's a purple. It's not necessarily an extra.
What do you mean it's not necessarily
Michael.
an extra?
Oh, what's this? Oh, a farting unicorn.
Nice.
Why does it always show up on my side?
Do you have to ask?
Nah, rainbows just gravitate towards me.
No, so do the farts. She's like, don't breathe. I'm like,
Don't breathe!
"Ah!" And you know what? Now this is immortalized on your Gink video.
What's up with that? You're ridiculously mean. He's a sore loser. Shrey's like, oh, if I spend 500 in stickers, I get a trophy. Gamification. I can't stop.
It was made for you, Shrey. There it is.
Boom!
Boom, sticker, boom! Sticker, boom!
I love it. Thank
I
you,
just got
Trey.
boomed.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You got starred, I got boomed. That's exact.
right.
This is what happened on Gink.
This is what happened.
And scene.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. See?
Goodbye.
This is what happened this
There's
game.
like a little song with this one, I think.
What?
So, like,
I got it. Okay, I'm
I
here.
think there's like a little song with that one.
That's right. I got boomed. I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it.
I don't know.
No, I didn't hear. No, I didn't hear it.
Okay, maybe I turned it low or turned it off.
We can't control
no.
the position of the stickers.
Correct.
They are random.
I can control it a little bit by saying what quadrant I want it in, but that's...
Trey has not heard a sound from the stickers.
All right, so I turned it off then, but that's fine.
Oops. You should not turn it off.
Well, some of them aren't as cute as
I think we
others.
need to end the video.
All right.
Hey, buy Ginkgopolis.
Ginkgopolis is the best. Everybody knows it's the best. Oh, there's your trophy, Trey.
Oh.
He got his sticker
Slap
trophy.
the trophy sticker for 100 bids.
Nice.
And it's a rainbow trophy.
Woo! Thank you, Sharon. That's awesome. Everybody knows I love Gink, so I'm just happy it's
No
available
surprise.
for everybody. Yay!
Is this available to play anywhere online?
Boîte de jus.
Boîte à jus.
Boîte de jus.
BOITEAJEUX.net. Boîteajus.net. There, Shrey, put it on there.
There you go. Go play Ginkgopolis, everybody. It's the
I
best.
can't believe I spelled it right after a year of college French that I hated.
And you can play with the variant on there as well. So another thing I wanted to point out is that I will never play this game with 4 or 5 players. Never, ever, ever. Never, never, ever, never, ever, never.
Too much random chaos.
It's not that. Is that if you play with more than 3 players, the deck of tiles goes so quickly, and then
You can't plan them.
by the time you've I got a good engine, the game is done, and then you've got no
Wow.
end game
Did you
points.
see all those points? The game is done.
And you get 4 cards in your tableau, and the game is over. And you're like, what?
Oh, you mean
happened?
like me?
You actually got scoring cards, so I don't want to hear it. You did okay. It's not that you did
You
poorly.
stole 6 of my points right there.
Well, I had to. I knew I had to get into that blue area as best that I could.
Well, you already in it.
It would have been better if I had the resources to change the color to red, but I did not. So, that's basically what happened. So,
I'm sorry I let everybody down on the prediction.
I don't think you let anybody down. I think I would have let people down if I lost. Let's just put it that way.
I guess we'll put it that way. Don't forget to vote for the Baron Park expansion or Bunny Kingdom. Bunny Kingdom's ahead 54% to 29%. Solo Night at 81%. Oh, it's still in your Gink video.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
We'll be right back.